Manhattan. And to me, this was the beginning of the end for me working on Wall Street and working these kind of jobs. And what I was finding was that as much as I loved what I was doing, and I was in product management, product development, marketing, it was all really exciting stuff. But as much as I loved it, I had no idea who I was helping. I had no idea who was trading an eighth of a second faster, or whatever I was doing at that time. And I started getting more and more disconnected with what was going on. As part of the fallout of 9/11, there was a lot of reorganization on Wall Street, and Daytech was taken over by a company called Ameritrade. And Ameritrade's located in Omaha, Nebraska. And I'm in New Jersey. And I'm sure Omaha, Nebraska is a beautiful place to live, but I wasn't going to move there. And I started to reassess what was going on with me. Was I happy on Wall Street? Was I enjoying what I was doing? Who was I working with? What did I, why did it matter to me? And I realized more than anything at the time what I needed to do was leave this job, leave Wall Street, and be home with my kids, and find a way ultimately to fire our nanny. Now, living in northern New Jersey, our taxes are probably more than less people earn for a living, I think, but our taxes are absolutely through the roof. And I realized that in order for me to be home with my kids, I had to find a way to earn a living. So these are the early days of reality TV shows, and I'm flipping through the channels, and I see one of these mission organization things on TV, and I'm thinking to myself, boy, I'm an organized person. I learned how to get organized on Wall Street. I did all this stuff. This is easy. And this is what's going through my mind. Getting people organized is simple. I could create a filing system. How hard could this be? So I decided to fire the nanny. Very naive, very blind. Just go ahead. Dawn, I love you, but you're no longer our nanny. And she left. And I'm going to start this professional organizing business. And what I very, very, very quickly learned, like probably within the first and second client, is that helping people get organized is not easy. Helping people get organized, my clients have taught me almost everything I know. And what I now know is that it has nothing to do with figuring out how to put a filing system together. It has nothing to do with hanging up clothes neatly in a closet. And my clients have taught me just about everything. And what I've discovered over the years is that it's the coaching I do with my clients that makes all the difference. Because with my clients, I have learned that getting organized has nothing to do with putting things away. It's all about, going back to that Michelangelo quote, chipping away the outside and deciding what really belongs and what kind of things are really okay to let go of, so you can really discover yourself. I have learned so much over these years about myself, about my clients, about how to make it work. And I've learned really, I think the biggest thing I learned is that cleaning up is what you do for your mother-in-law. Organizing and decluttering is what you do for you. And they're all different things. And that's what I've learned over the years and been able to bring to my clients through the coaching programs, through the downloadable programs, through my home study courses, through all that stuff. That's really what has come through.
Wow, that's a fantastic story, Carrie, and just want to remind everyone that we are an interactive show, and we had some comments in our Block TV chat room from Yagami Light. I hope I'm saying it correctly. While you were speaking about your experience in New York City, and he said that her mom was working on Broadway a couple of blocks away from WTC. By the way, I learned English in New York. I'm actually from Hungary, and I escaped from a communist country. And I learned English in Harlem. And I got a job in telecommunications because my degree is actually in broadcasting and telecommunications. And I was installing these very big, large Ericsson private branch exchanges at WTC. So I was very familiar with those buildings. And Yagami says, I made her late for work that day. And I said, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this is how connected we are. So here you are, speaking of your experience about New York, about WTC. I had an experience there, more than one actually. I was putting a very large system in for Blue Cross Blue Shield. Are you familiar with them?
Of course.
Yeah. And several trading systems as well. So, you know, I remember the morning when I was sitting in front of my TV. It was a Monday morning when all of this happened. And I didn't even think that it was real. I thought it was a reality show. Somebody was making a movie about all of this.
You know, I have to tell you, I was sitting at my desk at my office when I was working for Daytech, and it was a brand new office building, and we were overlooking the Hudson, and it was a beautiful place to work. It was an absolutely gorgeous day, and I always got in there around 8:30 or something like that. And my desk was right by the windows, and I was probably